everybody, it's Shu. So one of our dailies is St. Francis, so screw it, let's do a bank heist. St. Francis is the daily job where we have to get the thugs that are off to the side of the parking lot at the Harvest and Trustee and bring them to our escape van before we leave. So we put in a couple cameras on the left side to follow the cops. We put in an ammo bag in the photocopier to fuel our saw later, and we put a key card over here on the shelf, and we're just gonna pick that up right now. That'll give us a chance to get in here and see where the security office is without having to mask up. Now we're gonna go to the back, mask up, and get into that security office to disable the cameras. First thing to do. The first part of this heist, doing it solo, it kind of drags because we have to find opportunities to take out the guards in safety. This is something you don't have to do if you're running with a group. Generally with a group, you just go in under cover of ECM after you take out the cameras, and a couple people take out the guards and someone takes out the civilians and make sure that nobody hits the alarm, and it's not a big deal. Solo, you have to take it a little slower, so there's a bit of waiting going on. But yeah, we're going to start with the guy in the camera room. We're going to kill him with melee because it's nice to preserve our bullets if we can, because any bullets that the ammo bag has to replenish will cut into the amount of blades we can get for our saw. It's not a big deal if we end up having, one less blade because we had to replenish a couple bullets, then we're still going to have enough. But just for best practices, it's best to kill the guards with melee when you're doing solo stealth with a saw here. So we're opening up that other door so that guards have two ways to leave the building because it's easiest to kill them when they're outside. There's no guarantees that they'll do that, but yeah. Outside, this back area, the roof, the area with the photocopier, and that back channel where we picked up the key card are the areas where you can safely kill a guard. We're heading back there because we see someone heading in that direction, hoping that they will maybe go down this little channel and we can get them. Okay, so we can see the guards highlighted. Okay, here he is. And here's the part where it's a bit of a waiting game. As we did with Train Heist, we're running a Shimano compact pistol with champion silencer. Concealment boosts on the pistol and the saw, gets our detection rating to 13, which isn't so bad. And with Jack of all trades, we are running 2 ECMs and a thing of body bags. One case of body bags is cutting it a little light, but if you're careful about it, it should be fine. And 2 ECMs gives you the opportunity to crack open the ATMs without having to spend any saw blades on it. And you have that as backup if things get really obnoxious and you have to pop an ECM just to clear out a guard or an area. Hopefully it doesn't come to that. It usually doesn't. Off to the right were those thugs that we have to tie up later. We're not doing it right now because if a guard leaves out that side exit and sees them tied up, he'll freak out. We could tie them up and move them somewhere safer, but that's just a bunch of wasted time that we could use when we're waiting on the drill. Right now we want to make sure that we are able to take opportunities like this one. He went to the photocopier area, and that is a place that's safe to take out a guard solo. We'll bring him down, we'll bag him up, and put him back in the security room. Nobody's going to see the body here unless it's another guard patrolling in, but we want to make sure that the guard walks into the hall enough so that when he gets alerted if he were to be alerted, he would be, past a doorway. We don't want him to get alerted in a doorway and alert everyone else outside. So we spin that body bag there. See someone heading back to the back area, so we start getting over there to see if we have an opportunity, and yes we do. We're going to have to drop the manager also.
Down, down. The number you've reached.
Okay, I wanted to tie the manager first, but I guess it got the guard first. That's okay, the manager isn't going to get up here. Okay, and once again we're going to want to move the body and the hostage because we don't want the other guard to get alerted too far back, like when he's just rounding the corner. And those ammo boxes will be going back to after we spend some pistol rounds clearing out some of the civilians later. Again, hopefully we'll be able to top off so that we don't get uneven numbers on the ammo bag, but it's not a big deal if we do. Now we have to do a little waiting game on this. I'm hoping that he heads down this little channel here and we can just drop him, but no guarantees. Since we've got him on the camera that we spent, I'm just checking for a package that was a location near that dumpster. Sometimes a package will show up there.
Security guard.
Okay, no, he's not hanging out there. So we're gonna go back around, see if we can catch him if he's going into the photocopier area. No, it doesn't look like he is. There's a possibility he turns and goes through there, but I don't think the guard route works that way. I think he turns around, he goes forward, takes a left, takes another left, and comes like toward us. And then he either stops at the middle of that shelf, or he walks toward us into the back area, which is another safe spot to kill him. Okay, he's walking out, he's going to take a left. Yep, he's going to take another left. Okay, not yet. Give him a moment. Here he comes. Okay, now I think he's coming to this back area, but he could also sit up where the vault is. Oh, he just peeked. Okay. Well, still, we can get him out here. Since we saw that there wasn't a civilian in that chair that I'm looking at down there, we know that we can pop him in this little corner. That one is kind of context sensitive. Okay, all the guards are done, so now we just need to start clearing out the areas so that nobody can hit an alarm. This back area is where you can start because you want to... Oh goodness, we're out of body bags. There's an alarm back there that the civilians can get, and so we want to start here because the only other alarm is in the teller's area, and they won't hit it unless they see something. Okay, this guy will just drop him. Okay, I don't know what they actually saw there. And now we need to bag quickly. Yeah, because you saw that question mark was popping up. People were wondering about that body. Okay. So this back area is pacified. Nobody is going to cause any problems there. Alright, so we're going to get down here and we're going to pop these tellers in the head because they are the only other ones that have access to an alarm. Now we're good to go. Now we can just like shout down, tie up, shoot down, whatever, any of these civilians. And we're only going to go loud now if somebody actually manages to get off a phone call. There's a guy outside. I just want to make sure that these guys are down before I go get him. Yeah, out of body bags, but he is in a spot where he's going to be fine. Getting a little skittish here. Okay, they're down. We've got enough zip ties for the two guys outside, plus any one civilian on the sidewalk if they get, you know, alerted. We'll get those guys once we get the drill going. Just as far as time efficiency, it's nice to make use of dead time, like when you're drilling.
Nice. Now start her up. Here we go. We should be through in a couple of minutes.
Okay, I picked up ammo. I think we've picked up all the ammo boxes. It looks like we're going to have to hit the ammo bag just to fill up those 2 bullets. So we're gonna be deprived an entire fill up of blades on the saw, but it doesn't matter. We're gonna have more than enough. Especially since we've got these ECMs for the ATMs. That's less of the saw that we're gonna have to spend. Don't really need that key card, but why not? Okay, checking out here. Yeah, he seems safe. His head is in a nice little nook. I don't think anybody's gonna find it. Now checking for packages, some of the classic locations. I don't have every location for all the packages down, but I'm pretty good at getting most of them on most of these runs. I also grabbed the boards. The civilians that patrol are on the outside ring, so they're not going to see through the windows, but I always put up the boards anyway. I figure it's a thing you can do to be safer, why not do it? Especially when you're working with dead time here. It's not like I have much else I can do. During the course of this drill, I'll be able to find packages, find boards, crack the ATMs, so it's not like I'm wasting time doing this. I might as well. Back here for more packages. Saw another set of boards down here. Checking the roof for packages and boards. There's some boards, not a package there, okay. Sometimes there is one there. Double checking some of the spots. There's usually a bunch out in the office area, so we're gonna hit that. There we go.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Secured.
That's the last of the boards. I hear the drill going off. Hopefully it's a restarter.
Thank you.
Okay, it looks like... Alright, we've exhausted the office area. Okay, not only is it not a restarter, it won't kickstart. That's a shame. But we lose like 10 seconds, not a big deal. Get that started again. And now we'll pop these ATMs. Since we are limited on the amount of saw blades we're going to have, because we're going to dip into that bag for 2 bullets, we're going to use the ECMs here. I don't think anything is going to find us, and if it is, there's no reason we can't just kill it. So yeah, almost $800,000 there. That's pretty good. And that is everything for now. Now we're just going to hunt for packages until the drill is finished. Make sure that we've got all the loose cash. I've checked that thing about 3 times now. Oh, there's one.
Secured.
And there should be one in that alley off to the right.
It's open. Back to gold.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Now to get to work.
Don't forget about those safe deposit boxes, folks. Can be good stuff in there.
We're using a saw with quiet engine and durable blades, so 2 taps will open this up, and we ought to have more than enough blades, so we ought to be fine. I generally try to open all the way until I run out of blades on the saw, and then take some gold with me and fill up on blades again on the way out. You don't have to do this to complete it, obviously, unless you're doing bank heist deposit, in which case I would recommend the saw because picking these things is just miserable. But I figure if you go through the trouble of waiting for the guards to move into position to kill them, you might as well bring the saw and get more money for the time you spent. Alright, we are out of saw blades, so we are going to... Well, you know, first we're going to go and... Yeah, okay, no bullets there. we're gonna go and get those hostages, because we need to take care of that before we throw any loot in the van, because we have to move these guys to the escape zone. And if we throw loot in the van first, then stepping into that escape zone will cause the mission to end. So we're gonna bring these guys out first. They're slow. They're slower than me carrying gold, which is just ridiculous. And this is one of the areas where you have a risk of alerting civilians, but again, not a big problem. We can kill them. We even have an extra zip tie if we need to tie one of them down. And you don't normally need to do this. There's no reward for it other than the achievement, but it's a daily, so I figured, well, we'll do it, and we'll show you how if you haven't done it before. Okay, that ought to be good. And yeah, still keeping the loot on us. We still don't want the escape zone triggered yet. We're gonna go get the other hostage.
Follow.
You gotta be careful not to walk too far away from them, or else they'll lose sight of who they're following and just like give up and flop to the ground again. But yeah, we gotta be fine. Streets look clear.
Good job. Leave them there for
Okay,
now while we
and that remark right there, that's your confirmation that you've completed that part, and once you finish the job, you will get the daily job. So nothing left to do now but saw open boxes and move some loot. So let's put this in fast forward, and yeah, that'll do it. See you next time.